Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Victor and you are watching Victor's English class. Our lesson today is all about vocabulary and I'm going to teach you 5 different ways to improve your vocabulary. These are just small things that you can do whenever you're reading. And no, it doesn't involve memorizing words, and no, you don't have to translate words either. Let's get started. Okay, first things first. Vocabulary is not actually about how many words you know. It's more about how many words you can use. And because of this, memorizing words to improve your vocabulary is not effective. Because what's the point of knowing the meaning of a word if you don't know how to use it? Instead, I'm going to teach you how to maximize your recognition of words, recognition of the meaning of the words, and guessing the meaning based on context. And again, these are just small things that you can do whenever you're reading. So, the first way you can improve your vocabulary is by focusing on the context. Okay, in English, a lot of words can have a different meaning just by changing the context. That's why it's important to focus on the context, because more often than not, you can guess the meaning of a word just by looking at how it's used. Here's an example. The word light. When you see that word, you think this. Source of illumination. And you're probably right. However, this word only means that if you put it in context. For example, please turn on the light. So, in this context, that word means that. But if we change the context, we can change the meaning of the word light. For example, my bags are very light. As you can see in this sentence, I am using exactly the same word with exactly the same spelling in exactly the same position. But this word doesn't mean that anymore. Change the meaning. This now means opposite of heavy. But what changed? The context changed it. Here's one more example. John had a light breakfast. And again, I'm using exactly the same word with exactly the same spelling. But the meaning is not the same anymore. This word light doesn't mean that. This word light doesn't mean the opposite of heavy. This means not a lot. So, when you focus on the context, it'll help you a lot more in identifying and guessing the meaning of the word. And that's more helpful than just memorizing random meanings. Because as you know, one word can be used in many different ways with many different meanings. Okay? Alright, the second thing you can do to improve your vocabulary is to expand the words that you already know. You can do this by looking at word family. Now in English, a lot of words come from the same root word or the same base word. These are what you call word family. Here's an example. The word act. You can expand your vocabulary by looking at the different words that come from the word act. Let's see how many we can make. We have action, the thing, actor, the person, active, the adjective, actively, the adverb. Now, if you want to expand this further, then you can have activate. Turn on something, right? Turn off is deactivate. You can also use react. reaction. So as you can see, from this one word, we were able to expand it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other words. Now, imagine if you can do that with every single word that you know. That's a lot of words. Number 3, adding new meanings to words that you already know. Now, in English, one word can have more than one meaning. It's a lot more effective to improve your vocabulary to add new meanings to the words that you already know instead of trying to memorize other new words. Here's an example. The word fire. If we write a sentence, the house is on fire, then the meaning of this word means burning. However, instead of memorizing another word, you can just add a different meaning to the same word that you already know. For example, John was fired from his job. In this context, fired means removed. It means he just lost his job. Let's try another one. The rock band is on fire. So on fire here could mean they are playing really well, or it might mean that they are very, very popular at the moment. So by using the same word but adding different meanings to the same word, it's a much more effective way to improve your vocabulary. Next, learn words in chunks. Now this means paying close attention to collocations. Now in English, collocations are words that normally go together. There's no grammar involved here. Collocations are just words that go together because they sound natural for native speakers. Other combinations just sound weird. Let's look at an example. The word fast. If you look at any dictionary, the word fast and the word quick and the word rapid and speedy, they all have very similar meanings. Yeah? Fast means quick, quick means rapid, rapid means speedy, speedy means fast. However, they don't collocate with the same words. Here's an example. If we add the word food, which word here collocates with the word food? Do we say quick food? Do we say rapid food? Have you ever heard your friends say speedy food? Hey, let's go to McDonald's. I want some quick food, rapid food. The collocation here is fast food. Why? Well, the explanation is because fast food sounds natural, it sounds good for native speakers. Now, when you pay attention to collocations when you're reading, it's a lot more effective when you're improving your vocabulary because you are learning words together and not just individually. And number 5, I believe the best way to improve your vocabulary is to use the language as often as you can. I mean, sure, you can pay attention to the context, you can look at collocations, learn words in chunks, expand your vocabulary by word building, but really, none of that matters if you're not applying any of it in real life. So, my advice, use the language as often as you can. Go to a supermarket, ask a staff member, go to the mall, ask a random person. Just use the language as much as you can because English is a skill. And like any other skill, it requires a lot of practice. But the more you practice, the better you'll get, the faster you'll get, and the more natural this will be for you. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. And please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. I'll see you next time.